Hello Seafarers, this is Shubham, and as you know that I've been making a series of videos about Singapore COC to help you. So here's another video in that series, which I had promised last time to make a video about the syllabus and the examination pattern in Singapore. So in this video, I'm talking about the syllabus as well as the examination pattern, and also I am discussing about a few queries that I was asked about in my Instagram. So before we proceed, would request you to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. And also, yes, you can always feel free to ask me about your queries on my Instagram and my YouTube. So to begin with, I'll start with the queries first. So I was asked if the Singapore COC is a whitelisted COC. Of course, yes, it's a whitelisted COC and it's widely accepted by all major shipping companies. And I got another query from a of selling officer. He must be having some other COC that is not accepted by some of the companies. Whether he can directly apply for the next COC, that is, he's already sailing as a second officer. So can he apply for the chief mates? I doubt if he can apply directly for the chief mates. Maybe because the COC is not whitelisted, he might have to do his class COC 3 again, that is the second mates again, and then go for the chief mates. But it's always best to ask the best people in business, that is the MPA Singapore. You can just send a mail to MPA Singapore if you're facing such a problem, and they will clarify you whatever doubt you have with regards to such a thing. So yes, it's always best to ask them such queries, as even I'm not sure, I have not been through that, so I don't have much idea about if you can directly go for chief mates, but I doubt you can do it. You'll have to most probably go for second mates first and then apply for the chief mates. So now coming to the syllabus. So basically, the subjects or the modules that you have to study in Singapore are applied science, math, cargo or ISM, meteorology, ship construction and stability, coastal navigation, practical navigation, ship operations, and maritime communication. So these are the 9 modules that you'll be having, out of which you won't have to answer written exams for 7 of these modules, which is conducted by the Singapore Polytechnic or the Singapore Maritime Academy itself, and not by the MPA. The written exams are conducted by the Singapore Polytechnic, that is the college itself. So it's like a in-house exam, and I'll first discuss the syllabus and then I'll tell you the examination how it goes about. So, starting with the applied science, it consists of simple topics such as heat, sound, magnetism, corrosion, and gas loss. And plenty of revision is also carried out of the same by the instructor. So, it's very simple and it's very easy to pass. But yes, you need to study as well. It's not like you'll just pass. Then, coming to math, it's trigonometry, spherical trigonometry, graph, statistics, and menstruation, that is the areas and volumes. The third one is cargo and ISM. So cargo and ISM, they have combined it, and it consists of the IMDG, securing segregation, hold cleaning, cargo calculations, and then ISM topics like what are the requirements, the ISM certificates, what are the drill requirements, etc., that we need to follow, like the port state control and the flag state control requirements. So then comes construction and stability. It consists of ship plans and constructions. Will be taught about it, all the ship construction designs and all those things. Then the stability part of it will consist of leash, trim, load line, freshwater allowance, dock water allowance, density, and all those things. Then coming to meteorology, it consists of topics like atmosphere, temperature, wind, climate, pressure, ocean currents, storms, and the services, that is the ocean based reports that we receive on the ship. And ship operation mainly consists of ROR, SOLAS, your MAPOL, watchkeeping, emergencies, drills, and other such topics that we need we follow in daily ship operations. So, ship operations generally consists of a paper as well as a small orals or and as well as simulator, which is conducted by the college itself. So, the internal assessment will be done by the college itself. It's not like it's fully having the returns like the other papers. So the subjects that I told you, that is the applied science, math, cargo, construction, stability, meteorology, and ship operations. These have a passing percentage of 50%. So you need to get 50% percentage to pass in these papers. Besides that, there are two papers, that is the practical navigation and coastal navigation. Now for these papers, you need to get 70% passing. Don't worry, it's you will have to work hard on it, as 70% is a lot, uh, but you can do it. It's not so difficult. So now coming to practical navigation, it consists of topics like plain sailing, parallel sailing, mercator sailing, days work, and great circle sailing for the first term. And then the second term, you will be having amplitude, azimuth, intercept, polaris, mapas, and composite great sailing. So coming to coastal navigation, you will have chart work, variation, deviation, chart symbols, running fix, position plotting, allowing and counteracting, tides, UKC, etc. So such topics will be there for coastal navigation. Once again, I repeat that practical navigation and coastal navigation require 70% passing, and the rest of the subjects only have 50%. Besides that, you'll also have maritime communication that consists of your flags and signals, that is the Morse code and all. It will be conducted in house again and not by the MPA. So it's not very difficult to pass through, as plenty of revision is carried out for each and every module. But it will also depend on you, how you cope up with the studies and how much effort you put. Now, coming to the examination pattern, the exam is conducted in two parts, that is the MST, that is the mid semester test, and EST, that is end semester test. So, the mid semester test will have a 30% weightage in your final exam score. That is 30% weightage for MST and 70% for the EST. So if you score well in the MST, you are scoring will be very helpful for your final. It won't be a burden, but it's always good to score maximum marks as you can, and not just try to pass your exams like getting your 50% or your 70% marks. So just trying to explain you in a bit might be a bit difficult for you to understand right now, but uh, just trying from my side. So if you get 90 out of 100 in your mid semester test, you're already scoring 27 marks for your final exam. That is, if you need if for a subject that requires 50% marks, you have already scored 27, so you need to score 23 more out of the remaining marks from 100. That is, the EST will carry 70% weightage. So if you score 32 out of 100, it will be converted to 23, as it consists of only 70% weightage, and your total of 27 plus 23, that is the MST and EST, will come to 50% marks. So apparently you will be passing, but it's always better to score maximum marks as you can, and try to score maximum in the MST itself, so it doesn't burden you later in the EST. So it's not like if you fail in the MST, you will fail in the final exam itself. You can make it up in the EST, but it's a bit difficult. You need to work a lot harder to get through. Then coming to simulators and orals, the simulator and orals are conducted by the MPA. It's not conducted by the college. Of course, they will have an internal assessment before, but then finally, the main simulators and orals are conducted by the MPA after your written exams. You need to book your simulator and orals with the MPA through mail, and you also need to pay a fee of $50. That is 250 Singapore dollars, which comes to something around 14 or 15,000. So you'll have to transfer that amount to Singapore MPA, and once you confirmation is done, then they will appoint you a date for orals. So yeah, the first attempt for the written exams will be free. In case if you fail in any of the subjects, then you can appear for a re-exam, which is mostly held around 1.5 or 2 months after your final exam. And the first attempt is free, and then the subsequent attempts that you'll need to give, you have to pay whatever the module price is. So again, talking about the simulator and orals, it's conducted by the MPA, and you'll be actually given a plenty of practice for the simulators by the college. As every week you'll have a simulator class, and you need to pass in simulators and orals as well as the returns to get your COC. Also, another thing is that if you fail in any one of your subjects in the written exam, then you can book the simulator and orals. But if you fail in more than one subject, you cannot book your orals. So until and unless you clear your those papers which you have failed, or you have only one paper remaining, you cannot book your oral exams. So make sure you pass in all your subjects. That's the best way to do it. So don't stress much about, but just work hard, and definitely you will clear your COC. So that's it in this video, and let me know how, if in case if you have any more queries, then I'll definitely give you answers for them. You can comment down, or you can also DM me on my Instagram, and also tell me what more you want to know about Singapore COC. This is Shubham Gaukar signing off. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel, The Sailing Maratha. Thank you.